Say hey, Yellow Jacket football fans. We are back. The three amigos are here, and we were ready with locker room predictions. And joining me to my immediate left is Luke Green, Calhoun's wrestling coach, former player of multiple sports here. Luke, how you doing?
I'm ready to be back. I've missed doing this.
You and I said the same thing earlier when we saw each other. And across the table from us, manning the board, is Calhoun's head football coach, Coach Clay. How are you?
I'm great. It's great coming back. After we were just talking about, I think Coach and I were in the lead at the end of last year, so it's good coming back as the reigning co-champs, I guess.
I'll take it.
And then there's only one last place, and that would be
yours truly.
There we go.
Yeah, there's only one last place, and I occupied that spot. Folks, this is being brought to you by the Calhoun Touchdown Club, and don't forget, you can hear the podcast and the podcast Coach and I are going to do later on after Locker Room Predictions when we do In the Press Box. Just go to CalhounTDClub.com, and you'll be able to pull it up and listen to it as often as you want. Let's get started, guys. It is a busy collegiate weekend and high school weekend. We're going to start off with the high schools first. And we're going to start off with Yellow Jackets traveling down to Westminster, who comes in with a 2-0 record after having beat their arch rival Lovett and Pace Academy. Not high-scoring games, but they did win.
Yeah, they're a scrappy bunch. Obviously they're 2-0 and I've come back to win the second game. So looking forward to it. We've never been down there. We've played them 4 or 5 times over the last 20 years or so, but never have played them there. So looking forward to the trip down to the ATL.
It's a beautiful campus. It sits amongst the trees, and it is a nice place. Coach Luke, Westminster, Coach Romberg retired after 30-plus years, and now they have a head coach who is the coach of the current University of Texas quarterback. I'll say this wrong, Isidore private school down in New Orleans. So they hired him. He won multiple state championships down there with that group. He's at another very prestigious private school. So what do you think about Westminster and Yellow Jackets?
There's only one choice.
Yes.
Got to take Calhoun on this one.
Yeah, I think Calhoun gets the job done also. Westminster beat Lovett, and for some reason Lovett is ranked in the top 13 in power rankings in the 3A to A. And Lovett's got a 1-1 record, but Westminster's not getting any love from those folks. Next I'm on the list, Cambridge at Creekview. We've played Creekview. Cambridge is on the list. Where do we start, Coach Luke?
I'm taking I was about to say the Bears, but they're both the Bears. I'm going to take Cambridge on this one.
Well, we got a bear and a grizzly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they use a bear head.
So, in fact, Grizzlies or Creekview would not fit on the scoreboard, okay, because it's only 8 characters and both of those are 9. So I thought about just putting Bears, but I thought that might be an insult to the Grizzlies to just put Bears. So ended up going with just Seaview on the scoreboard last week. But I think Cambridge has got a great team coming back, another quarterback. Graduated, but they have one move in, so they've got 2 great receivers. One of them's committed to Georgia, I think. So it should be a good game, but I think Cambridge gets the win.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Cambridge also. That's going to be a tussle for us later on in the season. Gordon Central versus Josie. Gordon Central is off to a 2-0 start this year. They beat Butler last week after having won their first game against, I think, Southeast Whitfield on week 1. Warriors are off to a nice start, Coach Luke.
Second week in a row they're playing a team from Augusta.
Yes.
But anyway, looking at it, hard to tell this time of year, but I am going to take Gordon Central on this one.
Who won this one last year? You remember?
Josie.
Josie good. Yeah, I think Josie may have a bit too many athletes, but I really like what Coach is doing over there. Came in and kind of gave them an identity, and they won 2 in a row for the first time since, I don't know, I can't remember. I saw the stat, but should be a tight game.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Josie also. But Gordon Central's off to a great start, and I hope Big Blue comes through. And our last high school pick is going to be Cartersville versus Hapeville, and this is a pretty easy choice.
The Hurricanes are going to take this one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the Hurricanes are the wind's going to be blowing down at Cartersville. Cartersville gets the win. We're going to move on to the NCAA, and folks, if you want to watch college football, you can start Thursday night and probably never leave the couch. If you can get somebody to bring you food and maybe a bathroom break, that's about it. On Friday, the 29th, Auburn at Baylor. Coach Luke.
This is a tough one. I'm excited about this ball game, but I'm I'm the dumb fan that's going to pick Auburn.
Well, I'm gonna go with so Amaris, our trainer. She moved to Waco, which is near where she came from. So she's a trainer down there at a high school in Waco. So I'm gonna go with Amaris, where she lives, and go with Baylor.
I was tempted to pick Baylor also, but I'm going to be a sucker and go with the SEC school. I'm going to go with Auburn. Georgia Tech at Colorado. Georgia Tech's getting a lot of preseason pub from pickers, even though they're only picked to win 8-point-something games. This Georgia Tech team, they think, can be a surprise in their conference. Colorado, Coach Dion.
I don't normally drink the Georgia Tech Kool-Aid. I don't believe it. But after watching Haynes King against UGA last year in that game he played, I became a fan. So they're one of those teams that I'm on their bandwagon this year, so I'm taking Tech.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be a surprise to the actual college teams because they've got a really good group coming back. A lot of seniors came back, didn't lose too many to the portal, and two great quarterbacks. I think Tech's going to have a really good year starting on, when do they play, Saturday or Friday? Friday night.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Tech too. I just, if you're a coach, you want a guy like Haynes King leading your team, and he does a really good job. He is the heart and soul of that team. All right, let's go to the Saturday schedule. Texas at Ohio State is Lee Corso's finale.
Give me Texas.
That's it. That's quick.
I don't have any.
Quick. Yeah, I'm going to definitely go with the fighting Imari Winston's and Arch Manning's, but I'm going to go with Texas.
I hope my wife's not listening. My heart is with Imari, and I think Texas has a really good defense. I think Ohio State's got a lot to prove. I'm going to pick Ohio State because I really love my darling bride. But I think Texas is the legitimate team. Defense is just outstanding. Syracuse versus Tennessee.
I think for me this was the hardest game to pick, just because
still haven't circled.
A lot of uncertainties there. But I'm gonna go with Tennessee. I like me some Josh Heupel.
Yeah, I do too. Who's their quarterback now? They got him from. They traded wherever their quarterback went. Yeah. The other one transferred.
With UCLA.
There. UCLA. Yes. I'm gonna go with Tennessee. Big Orange.
I'm gonna go with Vols also. They're at home. I think they get the job done at home. Alabama at FSU. Obviously, Florida State cannot have a season this year like they had last year.
Yeah. I don't know. But I think this could be one of those games where it's like a blowout, or FSU could have made a whole 180 and be a completely different ball team. Just don't know what you're going to get there, so I'm going to take the safe pick and go Bama.
Yeah, this is when I wanted to take FSU because Bama has all the hype throughout the year, and obviously it's warranted there, Alabama. But FSU coming off of last year at a program like that, I imagine their off season was pretty amped up. I actually heard Coach Norvell speak one time this offseason, and like what he had to say. He owned everything from last year himself, and so I think they're going to probably stay competitive. I'd love to see them win it, but I think I'm going to take Alabama.
Yeah, I was Bama the whole way after I made this out a day or two ago. Then I pick up read on the internet where Bama's lose. One of their stud offensive linemen might not be able to play, but I think Bama's got enough to get this done. Roll Tide. LSU at Clemson. I think this is a whale of a game. We're on Saturday games, folks. Coach Luke?
If I'm kind of drinking the Georgia Tech Kool-Aid, I am chugging the Clemson Kool-Aid. Give me Clemson.
Yeah, I'm going to take Clemson as well. Don't like too much about LSU myself.
Nussmeier's a really good quarterback. I just don't know if things are gelling down there with the leadership from the head coach on down. I like Clemson. I'm like Coach Luke. I'm drinking their Kool-Aid. Go Tigers of Clemson. Marshall at UGA. You get 40 points to mess with here if you're betting, folks.
Give me Georgia.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Bulldogs as well.
Yeah, I think the hedges will be laughing early in this game. Bulldogs. Nevada at Penn State. Who's drinking the Penn State Nittany Lion Kool-Aid?
Nope, not me. Not until they beat somebody big. I do think Nevada keeps it close for about a half, maybe a quarter, but then Penn State pulls away in the end.
I'm going to go with Penn State as well.
I'm going to go with the Nittany Lions also, but I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid quite yet. Let's move to Sunday. Virginia Tech at South Carolina.
I think this is going to be an interesting ball game. I am going to go South Carolina. but I think that's going to be a barn burner.
Yeah, two of the best pregame atmospheres, environments. So should be a fun one there at South Carolina. I'm gonna go with, or is that Virginia Tech, or is it neutral?
I think that's a neutral site because
Maybe.
I've
Well,
got
that
just
stinks.
versus.
Then still gonna go South Carolina.
Yeah, I like the Gamecocks. I like what they're doing. Virginia Tech's going to be a tough task, but I like the Gamecocks. And our last Sunday game is Notre Dame at Miami. Speaking, we talked earlier before we went on the air, folks, about the multiple new quarterbacks, and Notre Dame's got one of them.
I'm a firm believer that college football is better when certain teams are better. I also have that same belief that when certain teams play each other, that makes the season and the games just better, and that's one of those. Notre Dame versus Miami. Love that matchup. I am taking the Irish on it.
Is Rudy playing? Has he got eligibility?
No, he's done.
Okay, I'm still gonna take Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'm going to take Notre Dame also. They're breaking in a former Georgia quarterbacks, the quarterback at Miami.
Yeah.
And how does a football quarterback recover so quickly from UCL injury, and it takes a baseball pitcher a year and a half? But anyway, he's back and throwing, and so hopefully he's healthy. I think it's going to be a good game, but I'm going to go with the Fighting Irish. And our last game on this pick is Monday, TCU at North Carolina. And the only reason I put this on here, outside of Coach Belichick, is his girlfriend going to do the post-game news conference. Go ahead, Coach Luke.
I don't know enough about either team to make a confident pick here, but Vegas says TCU -3, so I'm going with the Horned Frogs.
I'm gonna go with the home guys with Coach Belichick and see what he has to offer the NCAA world.
Yeah, I think he's a really good coach. Maybe a different personality exudes from that point, but I think Carolina gets the job done. I think the Tar Heels get the job done. Guys, any final comments?
No, good luck.
Go Jackets.
That's right.
Yeah, go Jackets. We will be at Westminster with you on Friday. Folks, we hope your picks are better than ours. Thank you for listening to Locker Room Predictions. We'll see you next week.